Hey, it's Tyrone Jackson, the Wealthy Investor, back with you on another exciting video on how to volatility trade in the stock market for fast, sexy profits. Now, if you like getting these free videos, I like making them for you. I like showing the trades and strategies that actually make money in the stock market. Make sure you click that subscribe button right now. All right, this is a great way to trade. It takes a little bit of skill and some study, but today we're going to talk about volatility trading stocks in the US stock market. So, for example, in this lesson here, I'm going to say, there's a lot of ways to make money on stocks in the stock market. Volatility is one of them, but your first trade really should be covered calls, right? Because that really generates fast, consistent money. You can do it on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, and all you're doing is selling rights to other people to buy stocks away from you. So if you're a covered call writer, you want to be covered call writing on stocks that are in strong upward trends, right? Like this stock that we see here, TTWO, in the gaming sector. Look at the 5-year chart. Very strong upward trend. When I see a trend and the stock turns down like that, I go from volatility trading into covered call writing until I get a bounce, and boom, volatility trading is back in fashion. So let's jump right to volatility trading. Now, I don't care who others' videos you've watched, I'm going to show you a system that works. Every stock in the stock market, as you know, has its own ticker symbol. In this one, I'm going to use a fictitious stock called XYZ just to generate the principal. So step one, I've checked out the upward trend, the earnings, the float of the stock, all those things that tell me that this stock is going to move. I'm going to purchase 100 shares of XYZ stock at $49. Now, in the Wealthy Investor Program, I teach you how to use automated trades, right? Day traders sit at a computer all day. We don't want a job. We want fast profits, and we want to use software because this is, in this market, the only way that you can get out of certain stocks quickly. So I'm going to buy 100 shares of XYZ stock at 49. And then right after I buy those shares, I'm going to use an automated trade. Some of you know this, a limit order with a GTC. GTC stands for good for canceled. And I'm going to tell the software inside my trading account, the second these shares hit $50, just sell them off. Okay? So that way I am outliving my life. When the stock goes from $49 to $50, boom, on 100 shares, I make $100. Now, if I've done my homework correctly and volatility is in play, this trade can happen within 24 hours, within 2 days. Why? Because I'm looking at an upward trending stock and the market likes it and all of the criteria is there. Don't try to volatility trade on the stock that's downward trending. It doesn't work. So I buy 100 shares of XYZ stock at $49. I'm going to use an automated trade inside TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, E-Trade. I'm going to place a trade GTC order, preferably for 90 days, and say to the software, sell the stock the second it reaches 50. Because I have 100 shares, the second the stock goes from 49 to 50 intraday, boom, the software will sell me out. These days you get an email. Now, how hard is that to make a lot of money? Well, you might be asking yourself, well, Tyrone, how do I take this strategy and make a lot of money? The key is the discipline, because watch what happens down here in step 2 when I buy 1,000 shares of XYZ stock at $49. Some of this money could actually be margin. We talk about that in the Wealthy Investor Program. It doesn't have to all be my money. Buy 1,000 shares at $49, place my GTC order to sell again at 50. Boom, a day or 2, 3 days, boom, I'm sold out of the stock, boom, I make $1,000. This is why I love stock market trading, because when you become a fast, sexy stock market trader and you really commit to understanding volatility, this is what's possible. Now watch how this is going to take your whole trading skills to the next level. Because, and I'm going to stay with the 1,000 share example because it'll have the greatest impact on you. If I buy 1,000 shares of XYZ at 49, place my GTC order to sell the stock at 50, boom, I make $1,000. Well, if I can place that trade once a week, because actually once I'm outside of the stock, I can simply buy the shares back and do it again, right? So I made that $1,000. If I just get the $1,000 once per week, in 4 weeks, I make $4,000 per month using the same system over and over and over and over again. Now imagine if you knew the Wealthy Investor volatility trading system inside out, you understood how it worked on upward trending stocks, and you can just buy 1,000 shares. Again, this doesn't have to all be your money. You could use some of your money and some on margin. This is why we call it fast, sexy money. Because if you're making $1,000 a week and the software is selling you out of these stocks, that's $4,000 a month or about $50,000 a year just trading stocks in an automated way. I know a lot of people want to be day traders and sit at a computer all day. I'm trying to tell you the real money in today's market is based on using software. Now, let's go back to the criteria so that we can try to increase our chances of making this $1,000 a week or $4,000 per month. And before I get to the $1,000 a week, obviously, if this were 2,000 shares, it'd be $2,000 a week, $8,000 a month. You get how powerful this math is. The key to being successful as a volatility trader, from my point of view, and I've been teaching my technique now for over 15 years to other people because I use it, is this upward trend in the stock. So here's a gaming stock, TTWO, has a fair amount of volatility, but again, notice that trend. And when that stock is rising, I'm in full volatility mode. When it pulls back, I'm using covered calls against my shares to still generate income. Even this bottom here, it's covered calls. Retracement is what we call this. Boom, back into volatility mode. Electronic Arts, you know that gaming stock. This stock has done phenomenally well over the past 2 years. Here we go, as it's upward trending. Just looking for that $1 increase. The software sells me out. When this temporary pullback happens and volatility dies, boom, switch into covered call mode. Why? Because I'm teaching you a system. When the stock pulls back, covered call, boom, retracement, volatility, volatility, boom, slows down, covered call, volatility, volatility. How hard is this? It's not hard at all. Look at the 5-year chart. This 5-year chart is absolutely dazzling for that beautiful mix between volatility trading, taking that $1 profit to make that $1,000, and this went on for the last 5 years. And finally, remember the S&P 500, which is MasterCard. Even it has had its share of volatility, but notice it doesn't pull back quite as much. Why? It pays a dividend. Therefore, when you get a pullback here, it's slight. And then we start retracement, it's slight, and boom, right back into volatility trading, right? 5-year chart, the same thing. Are you seeing what I'm saying? That the stock must be in a strong upward trend if you want to have a shot of making this kind of money. And here's the key: consistently. So what I always like to teach here in the Wealthy Investor Program are strategies that are consistent. You can do when stocks are pulling back, when stocks are rising. You can take advantage of them. Again, if you like my system, subscribe to this channel. Every time I put together a video, the goal is to help you make more money. If you want to see the stocks that we are trading right now in this market, start your membership at WI Trade School. It's really not that difficult. It's all video based. Every single week, you can even send me your questions about volatility trading, covered calls, collecting dividend. It's all right here in Trade School. Don't miss this opportunity. We're in a very volatile market right now. There's a lot of money to be made. Start your WI Trade School membership. Watch this video again so that you can learn some of the criteria for actually buying stocks. The only difference here I wanted to point out here is Take-Two is over $100 a share. So is Electronic Arts, as well as MasterCard. Ideally, you want to volatility trade on stocks that are between $50 and $100. Obviously, your money goes a little bit further. The shares are cheaper. Join me here at Trade School. If you like this video, I would love to read your comments below. If you're volatility trading and you use this method or my method, let me know. But most importantly, I'm here to help you be successful in the stock market, create more wealth, more residual income, and keep your trading simple. That's where you're going to make the most money, when you learn how to keep your trades automated and simple. So this is Tyrone Jackson, Wealthy Investor, saying I hope you enjoyed this video. I know you enjoyed this video. Join me here on this channel. If you're ready to go to the next level, join me at Trade School, and I will support you in keeping your trading successful and simple.